Good afternoon, I'm Angie George. A family from Enfield say they want answers from the Portuguese authorities after their baby son died on holiday in the Algarve. 10-month-old Adonis was taken ill and treated in hospital, but died 48 hours later of sepsis. His family say they want justice. Alice Bandakravi has been to meet them.
When baby Adonis got a temperature and was struggling to breathe on the second day of their holiday, his mother Deza took him to hospital. They had travel insurance and were confident that he would be well looked after.
They did so many tests on him, blood tests, urine tests, and they gave him a nebulizer and he seemed to settle after that.
They say they were told he likely had a chest infection and were sent home with an asthma pump, ibuprofen and paracetamol. But the next day, his symptoms worsened.
He woke up, he was crying, and I woke him up and he was like a rag doll.
But when they returned to Portimao Hospital, the family say nurses and medics didn't have a grip on what was wrong with him.
And I kept saying to them, does he need antibiotics? They kept saying, I don't know. Does he need fluid? I don't know. Everything was, I don't know.
The family don't understand what treatment baby Adonis was given and were told he was being transferred by air ambulance to a bigger hospital. But his condition deteriorated so quickly that he didn't make it. They say it was left to a person who they think was a cleaner to tell them that he'd died. This is what the Portuguese Ministry of Health had to say when we asked them about the case.
Appropriate paediatric care was provided to this child by the Portuguese NHS. Unfortunately, it was not possible to reverse the worsening of the clinical situation. Inquiries into the procedures adopted in this case are ongoing, led by the competent authorities. The Ministry of Health awaits their conclusion for further pronouncement.
But baby Adonis's family says the Portuguese Ministry of Health appears to have already made up its mind. They say it can't decide if his care was appropriate, if it's still investigating. As it stands, they still haven't been given copies of the prescriptions given to their baby, and they don't know what they were made to sign when they were asked to leave the hospital.
We want answers as to who's responsible for making the decisions that they made that day.
First and foremost.
We want accountability.
Yeah.
We want an apology. We want someone to acknowledge him, because at the end of the day he was our baby.
Adonis's family are now fundraising for legal representation and are waiting to find out when his body will be returned home. Alice Bandakravi, BBC London.
In other news this afternoon, Beyonce is performing the first of her 5 concerts at Tottenham Stadium this evening. It's as part of the singer's Renaissance World Tour, which will see thousands of fans flood into North London every night. And Wendy Hurrell is there ahead of the opening gig.
Beyonce is going to perform to 250,000 people over the next 5 days. That's going to be pretty intense for the people that live in Tottenham, but there is huge excitement. Look at the queue that has formed already to get front row to see their queen. But is this buzz going to translate to benefits for local businesses? Well, we've spoken to one that says absolutely.
Once she announced she was performing, I thought it was going to be busy, but I don't think I realised it was going to get so busy so quickly. Almost instantly we started getting bookings for the dates that she'd already announced where we were open, and the dates where we didn't have the right opening hours for people to dine with us, we started getting badgered across social media saying, please, Chukus, we want to have Nigerian tapas before we go to the Beyonce concert. Please change your opening hours. And essentially that's what we've done. For the local businesses, the last few years have not been easy, and I think events at the stadium really do make a difference to us. And I know for us, for example, Beyonce Week is going to be one of our busiest weeks this year.
Well, we'll be speaking to some more business owners and the guys in the queue here in our evening programme at 10 to 7, just before Beyonce hits the stage here at Tottenham.
Wendy Hurrell reporting there. Now, there are celebrations in Luton this lunchtime in honour of the football club's promotion to the Premier League. The Hatters beat Coventry in the Championship playoff final on Saturday. Thousands of fans are lining the streets for an open-top bus parade through the town centre. Kate Bradbrook has been soaking up the atmosphere.
Well, what a day for Luton. As you can see, the crowds are out in force behind me. People really have come out to party. There's music on the stage here, and it really is just a whole weekend of celebrations. The match on Saturday until yesterday, but this is the big one that everyone has been waiting for, that fans have been dreaming of, to see the players on stage and also to raise that trophy. We've been talking to some of them.
It's crazy to think that we went to Premier League from non-league in just 10 years.
Very chaotic, there's so many people, but it's really good because they're all here to support Luton, obviously.
Moved to Luton about 5 years ago, so I'm just happy to be part of this celebration.
I believed it was going to happen. I followed them my whole life. We've gone to the bottom and now we're back up at the top, and this is where we belong. We've got the biggest fan base going, and I just love it. As you can see, everyone around us, it brings the community out, and it's what Luton needs, a bit of positivity in the town.
Well, there's a real buzz around Luton at the moment, which started when the Hatters got to the playoff final, and those celebrations have been going on all week. There's a really special atmosphere here, and that's definitely on show here today. People of all ages, families, people from different backgrounds here in Luton have all come together to celebrate their team's success. And I'm sure because it's a bank holiday Monday, those celebrations will go on long into the night.
Kate Bradbrook reporting there. And don't forget, you can follow that parade live on iPlayer or on the BBC website. OK, time for a look at the weather now. Here's Sarah.
Afternoon to you. It's been a pretty cloudy start to this bank holiday Monday, but the cloud is thinning and breaking. So we do have some lovely sunshine ahead of us through this afternoon. It's a bit cooler than it has been the last couple of days. A northeasterly wind taking the edge off, but 18 Celsius is still pretty good going, 64 in Fahrenheit. A cloudy and cool start tomorrow morning. That cloud is coming back towards us for a time, but again through the day tomorrow, it will start to thin and break. So we'll have good sunshine later on. It's a little bit warmer as well. We'll have a bit of cloud around for the first half of this week, more sunshine later and warm.
Well, that's all for now. Don't forget, Frankie will be here with our main news programme tonight at the slightly later time of 10 to 7. Do join us then if you can. Until then, though, do have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.